What is up, guys? Welcome back to Cop Logic. It is time for the big one. It's the match preview for Liverpool versus Manchester United at Anfield, match day 17 of 38 in the Premier League. Make sure, as always, get your score predictions down below for this one. Is it going to be another 7-0? Let me know what you think. As you know, I normally like to start off having a look at match history, head-to-heads, that kind of thing, but honestly, it's probably not worth it. You know, Manchester United's current form is the main thing to take into account here, and we all know how terrible they are, and we all know how good Liverpool are in this current moment. So the big question is, you know, everyone's talking about, are Liverpool going to give Manchester United another 7-0 at Anfield? So that's mainly what I'm going to focus on at the end. Once I give you my score prediction, I want to talk about what I think is going to happen in this game. So before we get to that, we might as well jump into the player selection, what I think Jurgen Klopp's going to go with for this game. So remember, as always, if you'd make any changes to the team I select today, let me know what those changes would be in the comments, but let's get into it, starting with the goalkeeper. Of course, we're going Alisson Becker with this one. Best goalkeeper in the league, arguably best goalkeeper in the world, no contest, Alisson Becker. In terms of the back line, might as well do it all together because I think it picks itself. Obviously, at left back, we're going Kostas Tsimikas because unfortunately Andrew Robertson's still out injured. Trent Alexander-Arnold has to start in the right back. I have seen some shouts though to play him in CDM and throw Gomez at right back. I'll talk about that in a second when I get to CDM, but I personally don't agree with it. And then obviously the centre backs, we're going Virgil van Dijk, we're going Ibrahima Konate. This is our strongest back line possible at the moment. I don't think we can be naive against Manchester United or you know, be too overconfident to play someone like Kwanzaa or whatever. Virgil didn't play midweek. Konate didn't play the full 90, so I think both of them are fresh enough to be starting this game. And as I said, that's our best back line. I don't want to be naive here, so that's what I'm going with. Strongest 11 for this one. So for CDM, I'm going Wataru Endo. Now, as I said, I've seen people talking about playing Trent as the CDM for this game because people want goals. People are expecting another 7-0, or at least that's what they want. People are hoping Ten Hag is going to get sacked in this game, whatever. I think, as I was saying, talking about the back line there, I think it's naive to put Trent into that CDM position. Or even I've seen some people saying, like, let's not play with a DM, let's just play with, like, you know, 2 advanced players and then a central mid, like what you could do, Gravenberch, Harvey and Szoboszlai or something. But again, I just think people are desperate for goals in this game, which I get because people want to see another 7-0, but I think it would be naive. You've got to keep the structure of the team. You've got to keep the play style that Jurgen Klopp wants. Otherwise, you're in danger of being too overconfident and making a mess of this whole thing. You see it with, like, Pep does it a lot in finals, where he'll change the team up or he'll do something drastically different because he overthinks it. And I think people are overthinking it, talking about putting Trent in as a CDM. For me personally, I'm going Wataru Endo because obviously Alexis McAllister's still out injured. He's going to miss this game, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would put him in there. You know, Endo's had some decent performances as of late. He deserves to start, and he's the only CDM we've got. Thiago now back in training, by the way, which is good to see, and Bajcetic still out injured. Moving on to the central mids then, with Alexis McAllister out, obviously we can't pick him. I'm going Ryan Gravenberch and Dominic Szoboszlai. Again, I think these are our best attacking threats in that central midfield. There's a big shout for Harvey Elliott, but I think Harvey Elliott plays better off on the right, and so does Szoboszlai, and I'm obviously starting Szoboszlai over Harvey, so that's nothing against Harvey. I just think this is a stronger midfield than Szoboszlai playing off the left and Harvey playing on the right. Harvey, I reckon, does get some time in this game though, because he definitely deserves it. His performance has been brilliant lately. He wasn't so great against USG, but it was a very inexperienced team, and I also I think they avoided the midfield a lot of the time in that game. You could maybe play Cody Gakpo there in the central midfield position instead of Ryan Gravenberch perhaps, but Gravenberch, I think, deserves to start as well, and I think the more we see of Gravenberch, the more time he gets in this team, the better and better he's going to be and begin to gel, and that's ultimately what we want, especially with the player so young, because we want that longevity there in the team. So for me, I'm going Ryan Gravenberch and Dominic Szoboszlai. And in terms of the front three, I think, again, they picked themselves. This is Liverpool's strongest attacking threat. I mean, you can say what you like about Darwin Núñez, but we've seen Cody Gakpo against USG midweek. I don't think he was good enough. He doesn't register enough shots for me, and whatever you think about Darwin Núñez, he might miss shots, he might miss chances, but he's absolutely our biggest attacking threat in terms of GA per minute. It's like every 72 minutes or something, and we are much more of an attacking threat with him on the field. The runs he makes, the spaces he opens up, even for other players. His link-up play with Mo Salah has to be in the team for me, and of course Mo Salah gets in ahead of everyone. Luis Diaz is our best option off the left right now. There would be a shout for Diogo Jota if he wasn't injured, so that's the team I'm going for, that's the 11. If you'd make any changes, don't forget to let me know in the comments. In terms of score prediction, well, if we take a look at the percentages there, Liverpool 74% predicted chance of winning, 15% to draw, and Manchester United at 11%. Now, first of all, I want to say that's really low for Man United, which of course we're all expecting, but these are the kind of numbers we pull for like Bournemouth and Fulham and stuff. So that's crazy to see, first of all, with Manchester United, 11% predicted win rate. But in terms of the score, I know people want like another 7-0 or whatever. I personally don't think that's going to happen. I'm going with Liverpool 3, Manchester United 0. And I do think we'll keep a clean sheet. Interesting stat, United have the lowest shot conversion rate in the entire league this season at just 7.4%, which is also their lowest in the competition record. But essentially what that means is when they do get shots off, which isn't that frequently of late, they're missing them as well. They're not converting chances. So I don't think they're going to score, because they've also failed to score against Liverpool in their last 4 Premier League games. And in terms of our attacking threat, I think there's definitely going to be goals in it. I want to see a goal for Darwin, because he hasn't scored in his last 7 or 8 appearances. Mo Salah has got 12 and 12 for goals per game against Manchester United, so I'm definitely expecting something from him. But I don't think this is going to be another 7-0, just because I think if you offered Ten Hag a 0-0 draw right now, I think he'd take it, and I think that's what he's going to play for. For him, this is about protecting himself in this game, and I think he will say to them, look, just keep everything tight, keep yourselves locked down at the back, don't concede, and if we get a goal on the break, fair enough. I think he'd take a 0-0. I think every United fan would take a draw right now, and I also think, you know, if Liverpool score 1, he'll say keep it at 1. If Liverpool score 2, he'll say keep it at 2. What he doesn't want to do is have another embarrassing day at Anfield, and his job's on the line ultimately. He can't afford another 7-0, and I don't think they will allow that to happen. So for me, I mean, we'd all love to see it, obviously, but I think, you know, we'd all be happy with 3-0, to be honest, and we're definitely capable of it. If Bournemouth are capable of it, then we're capable of it, especially at Anfield. But I do think they're going to lock down. I don't think it's going to be the expansive football that we're used to, well, that Ten Hag likes to try and play. I mean, ultimately that's why they bought Onana, because they wanted a goalkeeper that could play off from the back. It hasn't worked for them, but that's what they want to do. It would be very naive to come to Anfield and try and do that. If they do, I think it plays right into Klopp's hands, and it does end up another 7-0 or maybe even more, fingers crossed. But I don't think he's going to do that. So for me, I'm going Liverpool 3, Manchester United 0. Let me know what you are going for in the comments down below. Get your score predictions in there. And as always, if you have enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already. And we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.